So the role of a VFX artist is quite a specific thing. We work in post-production to add, remove, change or create worlds and environments. So our biggest task on this project was creating a fully CGI Jerusalem. We've created digital worlds before and visualizations of things that don't exist, but something that had to be so accurate took a huge amount of research. We worked very closely with Ray, the theological consultant, to make sure that our interpretation of the imagery that we're creating was as accurate as possible.
In order to achieve an integrity with the effects, particularly the reconstruction of Jerusalem, it was having access to the expertise and what Jerusalem looked like. And of course, in Ouazzazate, because a lot of biblical epics had been filmed there, I think there are about 3 temple sets. That helped, so we could play around with actual locations and integrate that into the CGI.
So allowing him to see different images and renders as we were working through the project and get his opinion to make sure that not only were we creating an image which was beautiful and aesthetic for the director to work with, but actually had some reality and was based in very, very accurate terms.
We make use of anything that we can to help bring a 3-dimensionality to the Jesus story and Palestine of 2,000 years ago. So it's important to keep in touch with what the historians, what the archaeologists, what the biblical scholars are doing, both in terms of understanding text, but also in terms of understanding context.
During production, I sent one of my VFX supervisors over to be on set for as much as possible. He had his own team for 2 or 3 days to shoot lots and lots of green screen elements. These were absolutely key to bringing our shots to life. So we had a whole bunch of different plates actually shot on set in Morocco of goat herders and some sheep and some kind of people from the temple, all kinds of different pieces which we could drop into the scene. We also started to add in elements of fire and smoke because there was often lots of cooking going on. Then some clouds, some birds, and finally huge amounts of haze and dust. If you imagine shooting in the desert, there's so much stuff in the atmospherics. All those little layers of imperfections in life convert something which was just a CGI image into something that feels like a shot and can be embedded within the movie. The invisible effects, where we took things out of the city, most of you will never see what they are. A good example of that is as Jesus is leaving the temples and running through the streets, there was all shot beautifully on locations, but because it was modern architecture, they actually had lots of drain pipes sticking out of all the walls out the top. So what we had to do was go in and actually remove each of those drain pipes and clean them up and add a bit of blank wall or a bit of rubble over the top of it to make sure that you guys never actually saw those. And these effects are all over the movie, just taking little bits out, making sure that the image that the audience sees really represents what it was like 2,000 years ago.